Hey guys, so this is my part 2 of my 1-month hormone update video. If you haven't seen part 1, click down below. I'm sorry I have to make 2 parts in this video. It's just because this webcam recording on YouTube seems to like stop recording and just like delete my videos automatically after 7 minutes of recording, and it's really annoying, and I was really scared that it was going to happen on my last video, so that's why I have 2 parts. So, yeah, I mentioned a ton of things about 1 month on hormones, changes 1 month. I mentioned tons of things that have changed 1 month on hormones, and those are all in my part 1 video, but I had some more things I wanted to talk about, so that's why I'm making a part 2. So, let me continue. So, the last thing I mentioned, I think, was the baby hairs growing in on my hair, up here on my scalp and back on the bottom of my hair. Just little very, very thin curly baby hairs have been growing in and changing the shape of my hairline. Okay, so the next thing, so I've not been as sweaty or nervous. I used to just get very clammy hands all the time. I would just used to sweat and get very anxious, just daily, even if I just was going to school or had to talk to people. I would just get really anxious and really sweaty, but now I feel like I can think more rationally, and I don't have to get as nervous when I talk to people. Sorry, when I talk to people or just think of things that make me anxious. I don't get as nervous, and it's also because I have been practicing breathing methods where I just take 4 counts to breathe in, hold, and breathe out through my mouth. It's very, very effective, and it calms my anxiety, and I've been using it a lot. But also, I think it is the hormones helping my anxiety, and my sweaty, nervous guy feelings are almost all diminished. So, okay, this next thing I want to talk about is very, very a big, important thing for me. I've been having a different sex drive. What I mean by different is I do not think my sex drive has decreased at all. I think it has changed from a more kind of aggressive, if you would say, I've never been that aggressive, but a more aggressive guy way of thinking about romantic sex and everything. It's changed from guy to kind of a female sex drive, which is more of like a passionate love, feelings, emotional kind of sex drive. So if that really doesn't make sense, let me try to explain it further. This is kind of embarrassing to admit, but I do want to talk about this on my channel. I do have a huge crush on a guy at my school in one of my classes. He's very, very attractive, and he seems to have like similar personality traits to me. He is a straight guy, and so, it kind of sucks being a trans girl and having a crush on a straight guy, because especially if they're in high school, you don't know if they're going to accept you or not. But anyway, I've been thinking about this guy that I have a crush on, and instead of just being like sex, 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 I'm thinking of just like how I would feel around him, and how I would want to love him, and how I would want him to like treat me like I'm a woman, and just like respect me. And I'm just thinking of me like with him, and just like being in love with him, and holding hands, and just like sharing feelings together, and just like being like the perfect couple. I know it's kind of ridiculous considering it's just like a crush, an immature crush, but he has been on my mind like quite a lot. But yeah, so regarding like sex drive, it's not just like sex drive, sex, it's more just like love. And yeah, so my feelings have just changed. They're not so like aggressive, like, oh, I just want to boom, boom, boom. No, they're definitely not. They're more, I have like a softer, happier, more romantic like feeling towards him. And I think it's because of the hormones. I've just been like more emotionally invested in my liking towards this guy, and I've just been thinking of just like what I could do to show him that, like, I think I could actually care about him, and I think he could actually care about me, and I actually think we could get along. I'm not just basing it off of looks. I'm thinking, like, if I do build up the confidence to talk to him, I would want to build a relationship with him, romantic or not. And I don't know. I've just never, like, I've never had feelings like this towards someone before, and I think it's due to the hormones. So I don't know. We'll see. I'll keep you updated on my crush and see how that goes. I mean, I kind of sound foolish talking about it, but I do really like this guy. Okay, so the last thing I want to talk about is I do feel more, this is going to sound weird, but I feel more religious, if that makes sense. I feel more connected with, like, a divine higher power than myself. I do practice the religion Wiccan, if you've ever heard of that before. It's a religion that is highly, highly, highly regarded in a completely unnecessary, inaccurate way. People think Wiccans are like witches who practice, like, praise Satan and practice harm, but that is not what Wiccans practice. Wiccan is, they believe in, like, the divine goddess and whatever. So I've just been more connected with my religion, and I've been thinking more about how I could be a better person and be a happier, kinder person. And again, yeah, I just have a clearer mind, and I feel more like myself, and all of that. Yeah, so it's very wonderful. Not too many physical changes on my 1-month hormone update, but see my part 1 because I talk a little more about physical changes. But yeah, anyway, thank you for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye. Mwah.